Hello friends, Koolio here and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we're going to be checking out the global launch for Black Clover Phantom Knights. Now I have to point this out before we get into the video. This is the official global servers that I am playing on. However, this is a European download of the game. The game hasn't officially gone completely live everywhere, but this is what the global servers will be like. So the way I was able to download it is a little bit like, I had to kind of go down a really weird path in order to get the download file, but once I find an easier way to download the game, I'll make sure to update it in the description down below. So, Black Clover Phantom Knights is based off of the popular anime Black Clover. Now, again, you guys, this is an anime on my watch list I haven't seen just yet, so I am doing this video based off of the fact that this is a gacha game and solely from that perspective. Now, my brother has watched the anime. He says it's amazing and it is on my list, so I am excited to check it out. Now, this game officially launched back in the East in July of 2018, and to be honest with you, that's where it should have globally launched, was back in 2018. This game it feels old, okay? Let's go ahead and just jump into the gameplay itself. But almost every aspect of this game just feels like an old game, and it's kind of disappointing. This game would have probably been a lot better received if it would have released back when it released over in, in the Eastern countries back in 2018 globally, rather than almost 2 years later when we've got a lot better looking, better running, just overall better gacha games. Now, there are some things about this game that I do find unique, but a little bit frustrating at the same time. Now, this first thing I want to talk about is the formations. I actually do think this is kind of a cool little system. Now, kind of take concepts and gameplays of a game like Brown Dust, where you set up your team formation and they will auto battle the other team. And depending on how you kind of set everything up, the battle will play out a certain way. This game, however, has two different formations that you can play with each of these formations being based off of a different form. Depending on the form that you have for that formation will actually give you specialized buffs when you swap over to that formation during gameplay. Now, you can go ahead, you can move your characters around and customize it and everything like that. And certain characters have certain abilities that are used in a better situation depending on how the enemy is all set up. But there's a couple different teams that you can go ahead and kind of power up and put together when you're going up against the enemies. Now, you've got your characters down here. You can have a total of 5 characters. I don't have my 5th one because we are going to be doing a summon a little bit later. Well, we're going to be summoning for this character. Now, with the characters themselves, they each have their own different elemental system behind them, or like the type of character that they are. And then they've got their relic system. I do think the relic system is interesting, but it's basically just your equipment system in this game. But it is possible to get specialized relics for certain characters that are really, really powerful. And I do like that kind of concept. So when you go up to your character and you have the certain equipment that you need, you can go ahead and equip it onto them, and it'll give them boosts to power and stuff like that, like raise wisdom, raise speed. This one, no, not that one, this one right here. Raise attack, everything like that. So there's a little bit of customization for each of the different characters. So let's go ahead, we're gonna jump into this next matchup throughout the story. And I do apologize because the game might have a maintenance going on tomorrow to fix some server issues. So hopefully the game doesn't crash on me. It's crashed a few times. So here's the story, but to be honest with you, I'm just gonna skip through the story, mainly for a couple of reasons. There is hardly any voice acting at all, and the character models just feel really stiff. Like, it's just a one picture of the character. There's not 2D animations. I know I'm being kind of nitpicky here, but I wanted to be honest with you guys. Now, the gameplay is completely automated except for the activation of your character's arcane arts or their special abilities or the all-out magic ultimate that you can use for your team. There is a speed up function if you want to go ahead and just turn on speed up, and an auto function if you want your character to just basically do their auto attacks by themselves. I do think some of the skill animations look pretty cool and a lot of fun, but when you do one of the skill animations and it zooms up on the character's face, you can definitely tell this is an older game because the character models look really, really fuzzy and low res when the animations are activated. Like, looking at the characters' faces, I don't know. Like, they're not my favorite character models and they definitely look pretty old. Now, I was talking about the formation earlier, so as you're playing through the game, if you go ahead and click on the formation switch down here at the bottom, your characters will switch formation and they'll get special buffs. So you actually have to use your formations wisely as you're playing through the game to make sure your characters have certain buffs. So that was a defense buff that I just activated. If I swap back to my other formation, I will get an attack buff. That's something I should have been doing as I've been playing through the game because I actually ended up losing a few of my characters. hopefully the characters don't end up dying. Let's go ahead and swap to my other formation and increase my character's attack abilities and hopefully be able to take this guy down. So this is the final wave, the all-out magic attack. Now, as you're defeating the enemies, they'll drop crystals. The crystals are used to either power up your all-out magic attack or to power up your character's special abilities for them to use. So you're gonna see my characters gonna be able to use their abilities now because they've been able to collect the required mana or energy in order to use their abilities. To be honest with you, I think we're barely going to survive this. Let's go ahead and swap back over to my other formation and take that guy down. Perfect. Okay, so quest clear, completed the quest, and now we're gonna get some rewards. You get experience for your overall rank. You get Yule, which is the basic in-game currency, and then Black Jewels, which is the premium currency. And they actually do give out quite a decent amount. And then Grimoire points. This is interesting. These GP points is basically the way that you're gonna go through and upgrade your characters, but it's in a really weird way, and it's something I didn't understand fully or like really try to upgrade my characters. Like I was like, how do I upgrade my characters? I feel like I'm kind of lagging behind. Now let's go ahead and actually talk about that for just a second on upgrading your characters and how that kind of works. So you've got your brigade, and it talks about like the more characters that you collect, it can overall help out your brigade using your brigade bonus. As you collect more and more characters, you get slow bonuses to different stats for all of your characters based off what elemental type or what type of unit that character specifically is. So we're gonna go ahead and enhance one of my characters right here. This is Asta, one of the main characters in the anime. Now, this whole tree system right here, this grimoire section, this is basically their level. Every single one of these little nodes, as you go through and you collect them, is a level for that character. I didn't understand that, and I was really confused at how to level up my characters because there was no experience scrolls, there was no button to press next to my level to level them up. This tree right here is their level. Okay, now when it was going through the tutorial and telling me how to unlock these, maybe I skipped something or whatever. I didn't connect that it was connected to the level itself, but this is where you're gonna go through and mainly do most of your character's progression. So for example, if I wanted to collect the HP plus 39, you'll notice that my level is now level 16 and it requires 65 GP in order to unlock it. If I go ahead and click on this one as well, saying I wanna unlock both of these, he is now level 17. So if I wanted to go all the way up to level 20, I select all the nodes that I want, and I'm going to spend the GP points that I have in order to then go ahead and enhance him. It'll say we're gonna use 340, this is how many I currently have and how many I'll have left. Let's go ahead and hit okay. It'll show me the stats that are gonna be increased. His power's gonna go up by 9, HP, blah, 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 all that stuff. His level 20. Go ahead and hit confirm, and then he levels up. So that's kind of how the leveling system in this game works. It's interesting, it's something that I was genuinely really confused at when I first jumped into the game, but now I'm kind of learning a little bit more. But I actually want to go ahead and show you guys something a little bit different that's hopefully will be able to help you guys out. Now you can see right here I have 63 GP specifically for this character, minus 345. If I go to enhance him, I'm not going to have enough remaining grimoire points in order to upgrade him. I can actually click on this convert GP right here, and it'll take those different scrolls that I've collected throughout gameplay and convert them into grimoire points, which then I can go ahead and use to then upgrade this character. Confirm, he is now level 20, perfect. Now there is some other stuff too. As you're playing through the game, there's a couple of different sections that you can go to. The west, east, and north section within like the main combat area is where you're gonna go and get enhancement stones is what I'm calling them, these things right here. These are used to unlock special abilities that are found within these specific trees. So if I wanted to go ahead and go to his 4-star tree and upgrade this right here, I would need these specific items in order to upgrade it, and then 550 GP points in order to unlock it, but I'll get a new ability and upgrade and progress my character. You can see as you go through and upgrade them, you unlock more and more trees, which do require more and more points in order to unlock. But if you have the necessary points, you can go ahead and unlock some of these more powerful trees. He's still level 22, but I'm gonna get some pretty hefty boosts to my character. Let's go ahead and auto convert some stuff over, hit okay, and I'm gonna get some nice, decent boosts to my attack and my speed. Let's go ahead and hit confirm, and there we go, perfect. So the leveling up, powering up system is a little bit weird. It took me a little bit of time to kind of figure out what was going on. It's unique and it's interesting. I just don't know if it's like the coolest thing I've ever seen or the most adept kind of progression system. Now the relic shop that I unlocked too, this is kind of the last thing I want to show you guys before we go and do some summons, is you can actually swap out different characters. You can change shifts and select, let's say, Asta. I'll have him kind of come in. Now he's got a certain amount of energy. He will go ahead and resupply the shop if he has enough energy. If he depletes his energy, just swap out for somebody else. They'll take over the shop and he'll slowly regain his energy. But depending on the character that you have right here, will actually give you different items in the shops that you can buy. So you kind of want to experiment and find out which items that you want or which characters will sell which specific items that you're looking for. I do think that's kind of a cool little thing. I've never really seen that before in a gacha game, so I kind of like it. Let's go ahead and do some summons now, you guys. Let's kind of get this over with. Now, they do give you a decent amount of tickets to start off with. They do, however, and I want to point this out because I think it's really, really frustrating, is the game does give you 100 free summons at the beginning. However, you only get to pick one character out of those 100 summons to keep. Sort of like a reroll function that we've seen in other games where you have like, 30, 10 times summons, but you only get to pick one of those 10 characters, or you only get to pick one group of 10 characters to keep if you're lucky. This one, however, makes you go through every single character or every single summon one by one until you find the 5-star that you want. I did like 25 summons. It took a really long time until I finally got a character I was happy with. But the animation is really slow, and I think it's really dumb that they make us do a single summon throughout the whole 100. Why not just give us 10 times? I don't know. It was weird. Okay. That out of the way, let's go ahead and just do a couple of summons now. We're gonna use a summoning ticket and see what we end up getting. So this is what the summoning animation looks like, and if you're going to do the reroll at the beginning, it goes through this whole thing. I mean, you can click through it, but it's still like, it's a really slow summoning animation, and it does one character at a time until you find the character that you want, and then you can select them. It was just, I don't know why, it wasn't my favorite kind of rerolling thing, so let's go ahead and do it again. Now, if you get a 4-star character, the book will glow gold, and there is a chance the golden book will actually turn into a rainbow book when it kind of slides down from the air right here. So it is possible for a 4-star to turn into a 5-star. And then also if you get a rainbow book, the rainbow book will be obviously a 5-star character. So I was planning on going all the way up to 3,600 to do the summons, but I'm not gonna do that. But we can at least go ahead and check out the summoning rates and see what the summoning rates are. Let's see, for a 5-star character, it doesn't have that. 5-star character is 0.5%. I wonder what the total is for all of it. So about 3% chance to get a 5-star. That's not too bad. So you guys go, Black Clover Phantom Knights, a game that honestly should have launched globally 2 years ago. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this game. If you guys have been enjoying it, let me know down below. If you guys want to see more updated videos for it, let me know as well. To be honest with you, this is probably where I'm going to stop playing the game. Well guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more mobile gaming videos coming soon. All right friends, I'll see you next time.